Hey folks, how you doing today? I'm Jamie. I'm the host of this here channel. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I'm Jamie. I'm the host of this channel. Today I'm gonna be just doing some maintenance on 2 little pre-bonsai projects I've got going. These are the Western Sand Cherry. It's a native shrub here in Colorado, and I think lots of people think of cherry blossoms when they think of bonsai. I know I do. I'm guilty of it. So I really wanted to make a point to try and work with my local species and pick these 2 up earlier in the year from a local garden center. I did do some initial wiring just before they pushed, and I think I came through with my scissors at some point for some shoot selection. But today I'm going to be getting this old wire off and really cleaning them up. At the very least, I want to clean up the silhouette, remove any forks, and start working on shortening my inner nodal length. I'm gonna wait a bit to tackle the semi-cascade here. Just gonna move this to the floor. And first up is, in theory, going to be an informal upright. This one was selected just because it had lots of branching really close to the trunk and everything was pretty short down. And, just from the available nursery stock, it kind of looked like one of the better options I had earlier in the spring. Start out, I'm using a clean pair of scissors here, and I'm just going to start removing the suckers that have popped up at the base. And then I see I have some more little weak water sprouts that have kind of come up along the way. Weak interior growth is kind of one of those things we're always trying to tackle in bonsai. So no reason to let it keep going. I am going to start shortening the length. So everything's grown pretty long now, and I'm just going to prune to 2 or 3 leaves. 2 is ideal, but sometimes I'm going to be doing 3, like right now. Because a leaf is on the outside, and that just kind of helps set things up for better success. Got some crotch growth here. Bane of my existence. More crotch growth. And I don't see any value to keeping this. Now I am making sure to leave some space for dieback when I'm making these cuts. So I'm trying to come to about the halfway point of my nodes. But already it's opening up. One thing I need to really quit waffling on is what to call the main branch. This one feels nice because it has actually still got some flexibility in it. I really liked this branch here, but it's really rigid, and I wasn't confident it could have been wired earlier in the spring. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one out. Just testing it here, it feels like it wants to snap, and I know it's never going to contribute to a quality tree. It's time to stop wasting the resources on that. wrapping up on this left side, looks like I have some crotch growth here, and it's particularly vigorous, so I'm gonna get that out. It looks like that would be growing on the bottom. I really like that one, which makes that, that's some crotch growth. Trim to 2. Trim to 2. Trim to 2. Trim to 3, so it's on the outside. And it looks like that's dying back. That died. Okay, and now that this has been opened up, I can come through and try and get this wire off from where I was trying to get just some initial movement going. And as you can see, I did, looks like this branch died. So that's unfortunate. I was hoping to keep it as a back branch. It was one of the few branches it came with that actually looked like it had some use for a smaller tree. Okay. So that's that wire off. Take out this dead branch. Had plenty of time to die back. It's a good little pad. This feels like it has. But it's on the inside. Okay, so what I'm thinking about here is, do I keep this one or this one kind of as the first branch? So I guess that makes the choice, do I keep this as a branch or this? But this is pre-bonsai, and my goal is to really let it grow out after having been chopped hard this year. So for the moment, I'm just gonna clean this up and debate, does it need to go? That's probably a decision I'll make in the winter time, because now's not the time to go making a big hard chop like that. Definitely need to balance this growth out though, if the goal is to ultimately lose this top. No, so I might take it off as an air layer next year. It's a little late in the season for this year. Then a little dead branch. Another little dead branch. shorten to 2. Okay. And it's a pretty heavy haircut. But here's where the first sand cherry is sitting for right now. And from the back. Moving on, I have what in theory will be a cascade. This one was selected at the nursery because it actually had some really low, like a hard bend, and I really wanted to embrace that for a cascade. So once again, I'm starting by just removing the root suckers, pulling a couple of weeds along the way. Now, while I was working on this, I did try to think about, I believe it was Harry Harrington had a video where he said that prunus needs to be pruned and treated like a prunus, as in a manner where it can actually get ugly from the process instead of, you know, trying to keep it immaculate like we would a Japanese maple. So I tried, possibly in vain, to really push the wire I put on the branching. So that it would kind of get all gnarled, and it has had this actually kind of really cool cracking effect, which I think once the wire comes off and the tree heals back is going to add a little something something to the two main branches that I'm building the cascade out of. Still just coming through, shortening to 2 leaves. So sorry for the squeaky chair, guys. I know it's probably a little annoying for you. So yeah, it's been a pretty good day actually. I have on Friday mornings I go down to my local botanic garden to help out with the collection. So that's just always a nice thing to add to the day. It's probably gonna come here ultimately. So we've got this over this way. Ah, shoot, and that's why I don't want to wire right now. This thing does not want to be moved around. If you work with Western sand cherry, definitely wire in the winter. I think it's pretty much the only time you can do it without snapping something. Okay, now that I'm done pruning, grabbing my wire cutters. And I'm just starting about a full revolution. Come through, make my snips. Some pieces are going to fall away, but I left it on a little too long. Got some wire bite. Again, I was kind of trying to embrace the philosophy of an ugly prunus. So I did let it go a little bit longer than I should have on purpose. Because I wanted to see what it would do. And I think it's actually kind of really cool how it's played out in practice. I'll give you guys a nice close-up of the bark when I'm done with this. Now, as much as I can, I'm not unwinding the wire. That is sort of an opportunity to damage the bark. And really want to be careful with that if we can. Oh, hey, I see somebody's joined the chat. How you doing today? Nice to have you with me. I'm just getting some wire off of my Western sand cherry here. How you doing today? I'm just about done. Afraid you caught sort of the tail end. I actually had a moment of quiet, so I figured I'd try and do a live stream instead of just a video to be edited later. I'm glad somebody's jumped in and joined me. Now, this is a bit of an unconventional pick for bonsai, but it is a native cherry to my region, so for that reason alone, I decided to work with it. Has really nice, like very faintly pink with like kind of black speckled flowers, and maybe February, early March. But then it has like this gorgeous, like deep red to its leaves as well, which I just absolutely love. Not a lot of deciduous material out this way where I practice. So I think it's just kind of fun to try and work with the options. Our environment's so hostile, it's kind of best to work with native species if we can. I'm just about done. So I've been making snips with my wire cutters about every half turn or so. And that just makes it so the wire just falls away instead of having to risk damaging that bark by unwinding it. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely got some ways to go, but you know, this is kind of one spring of time together. I'm really just trying to do what I can to get shorter inner nodes and some branching closer to the trunk at this stage. But I think it's got a decent start. I think ultimately this back branch is going to come from maybe here. I don't know. It's a little odd at the moment, but I think in a couple of years it'll be in a better spot. And I'm afraid you missed it, but here is the other one I started this spring. Again, mostly just kind of doing what I can to develop closer branching to the trunk. This one was actually really, really leggy, and I'm surprised that I've actually got some back budding after I came through and chopped it mid-February. It looked like it would be breaking dormancy soon, so I just went ahead and went for it. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here for the day. Thanks for joining me. You have a great one. If you thought this was fun, please hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you guys next time.